Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on out there on another FA Friday with your two favorite people? I mean, Saturday. Oh, where's my head at, man? With an FA Saturday, guys. Fucking, so we got Mikkel over here with some breaking news over there that I didn't even know that was even going on. And that's why that's why he's not even showing this video, because he's so laser focused in on trying to get some of that knowledge so he can convey it to all of you awesome people out there. What are you watching right now?
Right now I'm actually on a call with a bunch of people from not from OpenSea, because OpenSea has no support from what everyone's finding out right now. No support for the basically exploit that's going on. I say exploit, but really so far it's looking more like it was a phishing attack. So there was an email. If you have it in your email, don't open it. Don't click it. Has to do with migrating your Ethereum NFT listings on OpenSea. Don't do it. Don't click it. Don't interact with the contract. If you have interacted with the contract, disconnect from OpenSea. Immediately disconnect from the X2. It's like X2Y2 contract, which is kind of associated with Ethereum, or not with Ethereum, but with OpenSea as well. Has to do with those two things. Neither one of them were the issue. Like, OpenSea is not technically the issue, but it is their problem, and they're not really there to fix it because there's no support apparently. So be safe, Frosty. If you have used
now isn't OpenSea the same fucking shisty little platform that had the insider trading with its own employees?
Supposedly, yeah.
That they got rid of the one major culprit behind it?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I wouldn't be using that platform just on principle.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you do see anything nefariously like moving in your wallet, a trick is send the smallest amount of ETH that you can to any wallet. I wouldn't even send it to your own wallet at this point. Just send it somewhere, and use hardly zero to no gas. Don't use any gas, and let it get stuck. It will stop any transaction from moving past that. So anything that's moved from then on, like if Ethereum's already moved out of the wallet, it won't stop that, but it will stop anything else from then on moving forward, up until, like, you know, if someone sends gas to that transaction ID, then it would move forward. You know what I mean? But up until that point, nothing will and nothing can move. If it's like a bot program, it's not gonna do that.
So that's almost like sitting there and wedging a chair behind the door. You know, I mean, there is a workaround, but this will slow them down for a brief moment.
I mean, it's more likely it's like, you know, it's just a script just going through and hitting different, you know, addresses over and over. So if it pushes, can't get through, it's just going to keep going to the next one. It's not going to waste its time because it doesn't know what to do. If something says no, you know, if it's like, oh, door's locked, okay, go to the next one. It doesn't know to keep pushing.
Right.
Unless it's told to. So you're safe if you do that. Then once everything blows over, you know, you can just send the right amount of gas to that transaction ID, and it'll push the transaction through, and you'll be fine. Just click cancel on all the rest of them subsizing after that, and it will you'll be fine. So seems to be that's a little trick apparently that's going around, which is actually extremely handy. I never would have thought about that. I was like, oh wow. I mean,
Yeah, but it just sucks
you
that you
notice
have to
it.
do that, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it sucks you have to do it, but I mean, like, you think about it, it happens in the DeFi space. Sometimes you would send something without the right amount of gas, and it would get stuck, and then you have other transactions that are stuck behind that, and you're like, oh crap, you're waiting for that one to move so the rest of them can go through. You think of it as like a hindrance, but really it could it's actually something that could save your ass.
Right.
Especially being on Ethereum, if you send like 5 GWI, it's never gonna move through. Like it won't move through by itself. You're gonna have to do that yourself. Um, so that's kind of the stuff that's going on. He says rip OpenSea. Yeah.
It really should be, really.
Kind of an interesting situation. What's gonna happen with him moving forward now? Because a lot of people actually got this email yesterday, and it is from it looks like an identical OpenSea, like team OpenSea email. There's some that have an identical OpenSea email, looks like an actual legit email from the team. And then there's some that have like a .ii or a .ll at the end. So it's possible that there was an actual email sent from OpenSea and the Fisher sent it at the same time. Just not thinking about it. Some people's it didn't even make past their spam folder. I didn't get anything. I checked all my stuff, but I also didn't have anything listed for sale on OpenSea Ethereum. This is mainly like Ethereum's chain, guys, as well. Like everything else has so far been fine. It just has to do with the certain X2Y2 contract that's on Ethereum's main chain. So that's kind of what I got right now.
Yeah, it's probably a contract that has a redirect built inside of it, just in case, like a little failsafe. That, because of that failsafe, that is the exploit. Now your redirect can be any wallet you want. Because you would have to, if somebody would be like, can you, if you were using this to help people with a stuck transaction that went there, right? Mm-hmm. So you'd be like, okay, what's your wallet address that you want me to send it back to? And now you can input any wallet, as a failsafe, which, good intentions, but, roads to hell were paved with good intentions too.
Yep. 100%.
So I wouldn't sit there and say, it's like, without knowing who made the contract initially, it could have been something that was made and somebody forgot about it. And then somebody was like looking, there's people looking through all these archives of codes and sitting there going, is it active? Is it active?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of the word right now going around through this is that it's actually utilizing some really old code that is kind of not really relevant and hasn't really been relevant for about a year now.
Right.
So it's possible that this has just been kind of sitting in a back pocket somewhere, waiting and just waiting, and they finally just moved forward with it at the right time. Due to a very timing situation, as we know, ETH Denver is going on. There's a crap ton of developers there and not at their workstations, being able to diffuse of this. So interesting stuff's going on right now. So far, Ethereum's been stolen, and there's been I think so far, not positive, but I know of 2 Bored Apes that have been taken from a wallet, and that's all I've heard so far. But I know there has been Ethereum.
Roll back the blockchain. Roll it back, boys.
OpenSea is stated and blacklist the wallet, so nothing can move through OpenSea anymore through that wallet. So they can't dump the NFT that they have on OpenSea. It's being tracked currently.
Damn.
Yeah. Some dude on Twitter Just got paid 50 ETH from the exploiter. There's some random 50 ETH deposit. He goes, what? And it's from the exploiter's from the exploiter's wallet address.
Oh.
He made the joke of what should I go sweep first? And I was like, it's not the time to make the joke, dude. I was like, people are gonna start pointing fingers at you. Now is not the time for that. It's funny joke. It's funny joke. I'm
like, I see where you're going at it, but
like, I found it funny.
bad time.
Probably not the best time to say it. So yeah, it's actually kind of funny.
So,
yeah. See, the hacker used a helper contract that was deployed 30 days ago to call an OpenSea contract that was deployed 4 years ago with valid atomic match data. 4 years ago. That's an old contract.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Likely a signature phishing attack from several weeks back. The attacker is just now using it before the listing expires.
Be interesting to know who deployed the contract.
Yeah. I mean, it's listed who listed the contract, but it's just an Ethereum address. Clicking on it isn't noted. The address wasn't tagged originally. So yeah, kind of what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start listing our videos subscriber chat only here for a while.
Is it happening? It's been happening a lot.
I solved it on mine by putting subscriber chat only, and you have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes. I haven't seen another one of those yet. Because like every live stream I was doing, I was getting fucking inundated by it.
Note, guys, if you used a hardware wallet to sign transactions with OpenSea, you're still not safe. Because the hardware wallets in OpenSea has open approvals. If there's an open approval from your hardware wallet on OpenSea, you need to close it. Ooh. If you've interacted with the chain or interacted with contracts, you need to manually close it. Look at revoke.cash and go through there and close contracts.
And then this just happened earlier today.
This just happened as like in the last like 30 minutes. Like this is like happening. That's why I was like kind of away and I think like coming in late. I was like, oh, this is like happening. Not like happened earlier today, but like happening.
There you go.
As probably about 10-15 minutes before we were going live. When I started getting messages.
Mining doesn't fix this.
No, mining does not fix
this. You can't add security to bad code. Damn.
There's the link. A 4-year creeper. Yeah, man. It's a 4-year-old contract. It's old. So there's the website, revoke.cash. That will revoke contracts, everything. It'll go through the list and revoke everything. It'll stop everything from using your MetaMask wallet, which sucks because you'll have to go back in and re-sign into things. But better safe than sorry.
Right.
Better than losing.
Rather have
50 Ethereum. So,
rather have a band-aid
that.
getting pulled off versus having a knife wound bleeding out on you.
Yeah.
That is shitty. Damn.
Yeah. It's not even just a MetaMask thing. If you use Wallet Connect, it could happen to you too. It's interacting with the contract specifically.
Wow. Not good.
And OpenSea. That's why I don't do NFTs. Yep. It's not even just NFTs, it's just bad code.
Yeah.
Really, it's OpenSea's fault, like, to be honest.
Yeah, but anytime that
it's their contract.
But anytime that there's money involved, there's always incentive.
Oh, for sure.
And if you're doing it on a basis of you can loosely write code and there's no consensus on how you're writing your code, you know, you run into issues like this. You know, I think, you know, it's like not just, you know, looking at just Bitcoin for, you know, writing code, but it's like things that will operate like Bitcoin. Anything that you write tied in with their consensus model, you can only write the contracts in a specific way, you know? And, you know, you get that standardization of how the code is written. And because Ethereum doesn't have that, they allowed loosely written code, and you're going to see it. You have to worry about third parties making sure that security was of the utmost, not just launching a platform.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like pick, I mean, you know where my stance is on with all the NFTs and all the crap like that, but it's just they need a better standardization on how they're writing the code so that security is number one. Not that, you know, we're paying too much for security like Ethereum thinks that is.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially when you're dealing with people's money. You can't be fucking around with security. And seeing that OpenSea is not already like publicly stating, "Hey, blah blah blah," you know, that kind of
that they're working on it, but that's it.
Right. There should be like constant communication. You're dealing with people's money. You and your Cardano. Too funny, nerd. Too funny. I don't even think that they've solved any of it. Not enough people are using Cardano NFTs at the moment to see who's got what exploits at this time.
And their NFT code is a whole lot more robust than Ethereum's. That is for sure. It is a whole different ballgame. I know that. I was trying to read into it, and
Oh yeah,
not look at this. Not the same thing.
Oh
You
yeah, I
definitely
know.
cannot. You go from one. You can't go from like. It's not like going from Ethereum to like BNB, or Polygon. It's like whole other bunch.
Oh yeah, fucking my buddy, like our guy, fucking 3D Douglas. He's like, dude, man, writing an NFT on Cardano. He's like, fuck that. He's like, it's a bunch of bullshit.
It's a headache as of right now. I mean, of course.
Oh yeah.
As it progresses, it'll get easier. There'll be tools that'll make it easier for people to write it, as it has for Ethereum. But still, definitely different.
Right.
I mean, I dig it. I dig it because it's different. Because it's something needs to be different. Can't keep doing the same thing. What is that? That's the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome.
Right.
And it's definitely the same outcome.
It's like next NFT, Ethereum's gas price will be lower.
Just go to another chain and do the same thing again. It'll be fine. New chain, new problems.
Yeah, exactly. New problems, new exploits, new bullshit.
What up, baby? Pretty wild stuff, man.
Just more reasons why I don't touch.
I love this. Like, people are just now like even catching wind of this. Oh, can only imagine the people that are asleep right now.
Oh yeah.
Wake up to a fucking shitstorm. Hopefully none of them are affected either, like while they've been sleeping. That'd be terrible.
Well, they would have to have really interacted with that bad contract, right?
Well, the migration's been up for about a week or two. So if you've migrated to the new contract within the last week or two, you're at risk.
So even if you didn't interact with that exploited contract, if you updated,
There's a potential risk, yeah.
damn.
If you clicked the phishing email, that's the key.
Well, okay,
You
no,
have to
I'm
click the
saying
phishing
like,
email, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
you didn't. If you didn't do any of that, you have no interaction with that email. You've got nothing to worry about, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So hopefully nobody got
Like,
the email.
I didn't get the email. I didn't interact with the contract anyway, because I don't have anything listed for sale on OpenSea's Ethereum contract. So I'm safe there anyway. I don't really use Ethereum, so we're good. So yeah. So if you interacted with the migration contract from listing your NFT sales from the old contract to the new contract, and you've interacted with the contract to claim the X2Y2 airdrop, and you interacted with the phishing email, you are in trouble. And you need to like close out all connections with your wallet from OpenSea.
If it's not already gone.
Yeah, if it's not already gone. If it hasn't already gone, disconnect as fast as possible. If you want to be super safe, send a small amount of Ethereum with a super, super low amount of gas. Like 5-10 Gwei. Something that you know is not going to move without you touching it again.
Send it for 1 Gwei.
And it'll stop anything moving.
It will get confirmed at some point in time. Just not any time today.
Not anytime, like in the next years, probably.
No. I mean,
1 Gwei.
Even to this day,
the lowest I've seen in the past few months is like 30.
You can still send 1 Satoshi per byte and still sit there and get your transaction validated. it's not going
That's
to take.
Bitcoin. We're talking about Ethereum.
Right, but you're still talking. It's
We're
gonna
not
get
talking- this is
it's
not the
gonna
same.
it's gonna get packed in there at some point.
Definitely won't. The no-ons won't even register. If the gas is way too low, it'll never even the no-ons will never even register. It'll sit
Right,
there. It'll sit there.
If it knows that if it knows that even if it took all the GUI out of the transaction, it still wouldn't cover moving it.
Correct. That's why you have to send like the super lowest amount of Ethereum possible. That way, there's no physical way that it can have enough gas to move.
Right.
But that would stop anything from moving. From
Right, you send 3 GUI for 1 GUI.
yeah, you know what I mean, like something stupid.
Right.
Just be aware that you won't be able to move anything until you send the rest of the gas to that transaction.
Transaction contract, yeah.
Yeah. So until you send the rest of the gas, like you won't be able to move anything in that wallet. It's like stuck like Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you've interacted with all three, it's definitely better to be safe than losing everything in your wallet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, like if you're like less than 1 Ethereum's worth of holdings for anything, like you're probably gonna be safe. I don't think the bot's gonna swoop you because it's not gonna have enough gas to send everything anyway. But who knows?
Right. And in other
sorry.
Right, in other news, where the miners are no longer being held as financial institutions anymore, just like stakers and wallet makers. We are not. They made a new ruling.
So we're not brokers.
We are no longer brokers. We don't have to register like that.
That's good.
Yeah,
What do we have to now though? What's the?
It's pretty much capital gains.
Back to what it was.
Yeah, you're just dealing with capital gains.
Back in the same boat we were. Okay.
Right.
Great. Wild West, got it.
They were wanting information that was physically impossible to ever give.
Yeah, 100%.
The only way that you can get it is from a centralized exchange who's already doxing their wallets, and then they can just backtrack people through the wallet trail if they're not using any kind of mixers or coin joins.
Yep.
You know, things like Wasabi Wallet, you know. You get to keep your Bitcoin in it, but it's like, and it's a new one. So yeah, I mean, at least we don't have to worry about that. It's they were. I think it's just too many politicians are like, yo, you can't do that to me. Like we're hedging against this dollar too. We already know we fucked up the dollar. Don't fuck me in the process of fucking everybody else.
I do you while you do me. No,
right.
I just do you.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
You no do me. I just do you.
Hmm?
My friend do you too. Same time.
Right. Oh yeah. Good times, of course, right?
Oh yeah.
And have you been keeping an eye on the Intel Arc Alchemist GPU?
I'm trying to.
Trying to.
Man.
Clock speed of 2.4 gigahertz.
Yeah, I mean it's looking baller, man.
right?
That's
For
looking
their
pretty
first,
scrumptious.
right? For their first little, hey, we're gonna check this out, and they ain't gonna have a driver issue. They've been doing they're all in one package, so they've been making GPU drivers for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this is
Yeah,
nothing.
They've been making consumer graphics cards for a while for rendering and render farms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. But
So they've been making cards and drivers still for quite some time. They never quite stopped.
And get this, it appears that it's going to be running on a Coffee Lake client platform.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh wow, they're if that's true, then it's like Coffee Lake was, it
very
it
efficient.
was very efficient, but it was like one of the ones that it was one of the CPU lines that was actually talked shit about. People weren't really big on running Coffee Lake CPUs. It was like they made one little small lineup of it, and the architecture was shit canned.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they usually like
Yeah.
Intel usually likes to try to keep stuff relevant for 2 years. Maximize, get all their research and development money back off of it before they move on to the next thing, which makes sense.
Supposedly their ASICs are going to be extremely well too.
Oh God!
The word is that they've been very, very well.
I kind of want one.
They're gonna double whammy it, man. They're gonna come in here and be like, "Hey, we're coming in and we're taking a big old chunk of the pie."
Right? Be like, I kind of want one of those. I want some of those.
Squeezed up in here.
I want some Bitcoin Intel ASICs, please. I will support that.
And Coffee Lake's the only one that doesn't use the Bahaloing watts to get performance. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it means a crap ton of low wattage.
Oh, a bajillion. It doesn't use a
bajillion.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to type out, a bajillion watts to get performance.
It's awfully tiny. all those I's and the J all kind of run together. I was like, oh, you know what that says, man.
Yeah, it should be really fucking power efficient.
Glad that I didn't have my camera on. You see me like squinting like I was an old man or something, trying to read.
What the hell is this?
Screen. I was like,
what is that? That's what you see when you see low resolution. You need to get yourself you got to get that 144 hertz monitor, man.
Dude, I need to get a good monitor.
Yeah, anything with 144 hertz or higher, 1 millisecond refresh time. Yeah, that's where it's at. Even if it's just 1080p, just having that 1 millisecond response time from gray to gray, and fucking 144 hertz or higher refresh rate. Oh, I love this new monitor of mine. It like I see so much more detail now. It's like, wow. I thought my other monitors were decent.
Then drinking tequila. See, you gotta I'm already like pretty illiterate when it comes to spelling. Like I suck at spelling. And you're gonna come in here and start spelling things all weird. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it. I'm gonna think that I'm spelling something right. Can't do that to me, man. I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. I'm not smart enough to spell right. Code doesn't require a lot of letters.
Yeah, it does. What are you talking about?
No, a lot of the words you leave a lot of letters out, so it's perfectly fine. Could be a 10-letter word, and you're only using 3 letters. Cool with me.
So the CMP 100HX has been seen in the wild.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting the gist. I didn't see any Didn't see any like leaked hash rates.
81,
Busy Mining didn't post
81
anything.
mega hash, give or take.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically 30. It's basically
what's the wattage? What are we looking at?
200, 250 watts.
It's not bad. I'd expect worse.
Right. So I mean, it's basically like a 2080 Ti almost.
Being silly is an art form. It is, man. Jeez, come on, you guys know me a minute. It's been a cool minute, Tech Man. It's been a cool minute.
But the one that I'm kind of a little giggitied on, it's the one that I want. If I was gonna take one of these CMP cards, I want the fucking CMP 170. 170HX. Oh my god, I want that one. Fucking dear Lord, that one gives me.
Dear Lord,
it makes me have to change my pants every time I look at it. It's that kind of performance. 250 watts, 250 watts, 8 gigabytes of HBM2 memory. Oh, 164 mega hash. Yes, I said it. 164 mega hash for 250 watts. If that comes out, that spanks a 3090. There is no need to get a 3090 with this card. Oh, I hear it over there. He's getting all giggity. He's getting giggity over there.
Getting giggity. Oh man.
Oh yeah, 164 mega hash. Woo!
Supposedly Intel will be coming out with the mining base GPU. I mean, which it would be like foolish of them not to in the standing of where everybody else is.
Right.
To come in and like not do what everyone else is doing.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they know that they have better hardware. Not so much better hardware. It's like the same hardware, you know what I mean? But it's they got better software behind the hardware. That's the issue, is the software. To have a fantastic piece of hardware, you need great software. If you have janky software, your hardware don't mean jack crap.
Right. Oh yeah.
We've learned this. It was like there was a downfall of the Radeon 7 when it first came out, was the drivers. Like those cards were garbage for quite a while because of drivers. My 1660 Ti was garbage for like 3 months. I couldn't do anything with mine.
And I had like generic
the drivers.
And the drivers generic. Yeah, my drivers had a generic option on there. It wasn't great, but it was better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was garbage, man. It's because no software for the hardware.
But then
great piece of hardware. I love that card.
But
that
my
card
question would be,
performing card.
But my question would be, is that if we know that the Radeon 7s had the code, the code 43 on there, which was basically an indication that the memory module just crapped on you.
Mm-hmm.
Is the CMP 170 gonna have the same problem? Because it's HBM2. And the only problem that you had is that if you just initially just cut power on there, it would still be radiating all that heat out from the chipset until it died. It would basically thermal melt itself. So basically the solution to it is you turn the miner off, take the load off of it, and leave everything on. Let everything come down to a more adequate idle temperature before you shut down.
Right.
So if we start seeing the CMP 170s dying in the same fashion, then we know that it's definitely an HBM2 or an HBM memory issue because of how hot it is. And on top of that, it's sitting right next to the die. That HBM2 memory modules have to be right next to the VGA core for the fastest throughput too.
Right. So apparently X2Y2 just retweeted OpenSea's and like quote and said that they are looking into the issues that are, or the rumors of the X2 contract being exploited, and they have not seen a single issue with the contract or anything malicious like used. So
then it's just linked in with that.
it's just the
email.
Like so far, it's just an OpenSea issue. It's like it's the contract of OpenSea that is being exploited through the phishing email. So far, if you interacted with the X2Y2 contract, you were safe. Ish. So far, I wouldn't like hold validity to that. People have been known to point fingers in the space before.
Oh, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. Sorry.
It wasn't us. Oh, sorry that your blockchain says otherwise. I don't know about that. Yeah, we're gonna roll it back.
Right. I thought it was decentralized.
Never there.
It was decentralized, right? How did you roll it back?
Never there. He says, if you looked into the Alf coin, he says, I have a new respect for the 6600 XTs. I have heard that the 6600 XTs do extremely well on it.
I haven't checked out Elf coin at all.
Maybe something to look into with your 6600s. Supposedly it's extremely efficient. Profitability for watts is high.
I mean,
which is always nice. With cards that have low wattage, it's always nice to have a high profitability.
Right. Considering I have almost 16 of those.
Shits for bits in that case, bro.
Right.
Nice hash all over again. Not quite. Not quite. Close. A lot of these people, these exploits that happen on in DeFi and everything, that you usually don't see them again.
And it's
usually done it 3 times and they're still here.
but it's like each time you see that it's an exploit from within the company.
Yeah.
It's very rare that it's outside of the company that it's linked to. I'm not saying it can't happen. It's just that there's too many times where it's like, oh, this person who no longer works for us put that code in, and this person exploited it, and then they find out they're both friends. It's like, oh, I see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna post 600 XT in general chat. All right, I'm looking.
Like I love these 6600 XTs, dude. The efficiency on them are like out fucking standing. Between 48 to 62 watts is a rare average of where I've seen them at, and I've got a good spread of them. And very consistent between 32 to 33 and a half mega hash.
Wow, that's not bad, Tech Man. So right now you're looking at 59 watts for 31 mega hashes. I'm assuming it's on Ethereum, and then you get 311 mega hashes on the Alphaeum coin. Not bad, man. You're not losing hardly any hash rate on the Ethereum side. That's always nice to see whenever it's not affecting the other card.
You should be able to put your
That
core in.
MSI, that poor MSI is a plastic backplate. Crappy. I know, man. Poor MSIs. I remember when MSI was like the ish.
So this is. I'm gonna give you my settings on mine. You can do with what you will. All right.
Where are we dumping Alfian at those?
So on my core, I run 980 on the core, or 960 on the core. Between 650 millivolts to 700 millivolts on the core, and depending on the GPU, for the memory, anywhere from 1135 and up, depending on if it wants to submit bad shares or if it wants to drop hash because you've overclocked the memory too much. But 960 on the core, and between 650 and 700 millivolts on the core voltage. That's where I run all of mine. I'm getting consistent between 32.2 all the way up to 33.5. And I'm, some of these, like that power color, you should be, I probably would get less wattage off of that. All of my power colors have been running like right around between 48 to, especially if it's a Red Devil, 48 to 52 watts. But that's me. I think you're pushing too much voltage, especially on the MSI to the core, which is causing your junction temperature to skyrocket because you're heat saturating it off the core. That's just me. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Hopefully it drops the temperature of that MSI.
Just changing it now, post in 5 minutes.
Right.
I love it. I know I still got one of my 3060s on my new rig that will not change its device name. It is stuck as device. Like
even with the new driver update.
Yep. Tried new drivers, tried rolling back driver, then re-updating driver.
Changed the riser.
Nothing. Yep, changed out risers. I've tried 3 different risers.
With the one adapter and the cable.
Yeah, dude, I've tried.
Wow.
It's still now it's listed as a GA 104 GeForce RTX 3060, while the rest of the rig is listed as just a GeForce RTX 3060. List the chip number and everything. Though GPU 0 does not say that it's even an EVGA card. It just says NVIDIA. All the rest of them say EVGA. Even the one that says GA104 says it's an EVGA card. I was like, all right, this thing doesn't know anything anymore. And the one that's listed as a GA104 gets significantly less hash rate. All of the other 3060s get 40 souls on flux, 40 to 42 souls depending on the influx, and then the GA104 only gets 32 to maybe 33 with the same overclocks. Will not go higher. It is an XC compared to, or it's a black edition compared to the others are XCs. So the other 3 are the overclocked backplates, the better of the 3060s from EVGA, but the other one is the back plateless, basic, cheapest 3060 you can buy. Even then, it shouldn't be getting, almost 10 less hashes.
Wow.
Possible that flashing it with the XC BIOS would fix it, but that is a pretty risky move.
Oh, did you hear about the new Gen 5 PCIe cable standard that's coming out?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No,
oh, wow.
No,
So
the call that I was in just froze my phone.
Oh, wow. Oh, damn, that sucks. So Gigabyte is coming out with their first PCIe Gen 5 compatible power supply.
Dang. Go Golden
Dude.
Wolf. Golden Wolf posted one. 47 watts, 33 mega hashes.
Yep. That's a Red Devil.
Man.
That is a Red Devil power color, man. Fucking love those Red Devils, dude. me and Golden was talking about that too. He's like, man, I only want the Red Devils, dude.
Is it the same with the Hellhounds, or is it just the Red Devils?
The Red Devils. But dude, this PCIe Gen 5, guess what the wattage standard is on it?
Ooh, what is it?
Oh, take a guess, dude.
400 watts of cable?
No, because you think that with the current that
that would be the standard, I would think.
That would be the thing.
That would be the next evolution,
right? You would think, because we're on 150 per line right now. So you'd be thinking, 300 to 400 watt standard. No, actually, they went up that one. They're like 600. A 600 watt power cable, dude.
That's intense.
Fuck yeah! Well, you got to think about it. A 39
kind of cards are we about to be rolling out next generation, man?
Well, think of it this way: the 3090, right? In a brief moment, it has the potential to ask for 900 watts, and that's just the 3090. We're not even releasing the 3090 Ti yet.
Mm-hmm.
The 3090 can briefly call for 900 watts. Guys that are doing the LN2 overclocking are consistently hitting 950 watts on a 3090 under LN2. These cards are being rated for, 450 watts. And here it is. They're on meters, properly testing all the voltages going into the card, because they've got the shunt mods, which are playing with how the GPU perceives how much power is being utilized and allows them to push the cards the way they are. They've got to put watt meters on there so they get a physical idea of what's going on at any given moment. And they're seeing 900, 950 watts. There's been some guys that have registered 1,250 watts off of a 3090. So, I mean, you're talking, you're going to have a better standard. It'd be crazy to sit there and see the next generation with two of these on there. Just standard 1,200 watt power feed. It's going to make all the memes from last year about the 4090 Ti, where it's 8 fans on there, and it you're just plugging it directly into the wall for power. Seeing this doesn't make that seem so much like a meme anymore. It's going to be like, oh shit, is that the standard now? Fucking sitting there playing games in 8K, and people are like, "What the hell is that noise?" And you hear like, and people are like, "Is that coil whine?" Be like, "No, that's power supply hum."
No, it's just the wattage running through my card. It's fine. Don't touch it.
Right.
It'll be a shocking experience.
No, it's just got like a little light indicator on the backside of the card. Caution, hot surface.
Blinking red.
I feel like, man,
red. That means don't touch it.
Be like, yeah, I can cook an egg. I can cook an egg right there, right now. Anybody hungry? We could have some fried chicken. KFC cooker's gonna be real this generation. Oh yeah. And it's really kind of funny that they even sit there and are talking about the 3090 Ti being the first card to utilize this Gen 5 standard. So I'm wondering if this is going to have just one of those on there, or are we going to see two? And you're going to see basic power supply, 1600 watts requirement.
All of the freaking watts.
Right? No shit, dude. I'm like going, bro, dude. It's like I got a kingpin, dude. It's like that kingpin has the potential of pulling 1200 watts.
Like, bro, I got watts for your watts for your watts.
Yeah.
You need more watts? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
He says those things are no bueno for me. Dang, it cut his hash rate in half. Dropped his watts though. But definitely cut his hash rate.
No, he can bump up the memory on there. The 1130 and up. It depends on how it likes the overclock. But take off the memory. If that's memory voltage you have on there, take the memory voltage off. Never run memory voltage. Let the memory drink all the power it wants when it needs it. Don't force feed your memory power. It's never happy. Unless you're trying to do like some really weird overclocking with it. I have never had good luck voltage controlling the memory. There's something about it that it doesn't like to just be force fed when it decides to go into like a lull in its power usage. It kind of goes through its own little cycle on there, and you get better performance if you leave it alone. I didn't realize that you had you didn't hit, like take the memory voltage off. Yeah, that's number one. And this other stuff you got on there, take the power control off of it. You don't need to have the memory state. Take that off. You're trying to control too much of the card. And I've played around with every one of these settings. And like I said, I've got them for power, color, gigabyte. I've got ASRock, ASUS. I have a whole spread of them. I've found that this is the best setup on there. Don't put no memory voltage on there. Don't worry about what the card's trying to use wattage-wise. You control the wattage with your core voltage. So you're undervolting the core, it's already going to cycle down. And then it's going to push as much power as the memory wants, and you get all the performance. I'll share my, whenever I'm done with the stream, I will share my overclocks and what they're doing right now. It shouldn't be any different than what you got going. It's like hypo wadding. No. Don't do the voltage control like that. It ain't worth it when you're mining. GPU Jesus is trying to tell you some alpha tricks. And then you can play with where the memory, frequency is after that to get your maximum dialed in performance. It's just 1135 is the starting point for the memory, and then you can ramp it up from there. And it should be 960 on the core. 960 on the frequency of the core. No state in there. It's just 960. Between 650 to 700 on the memory voltage. No other stuff in there except for the memory frequency, starting from 1135 going up. There you go. Even Golden Wolf posted his. Thank you. That's exactly. I mean, I don't put the memory controller voltage down on mine. I never have. I've never needed to. You can play with it like that, but I've never done it.
Overclocks are right. Your overclock will apply voltage or will apply wattages for AMD.
Right.
AMD's interesting like that. You cannot touch your wattage at all and control it all through memory and core DPM settings.
Right.
Which is what's really cool.
And like my 6800 XT, I had to play with the SoC frequency and voltage to get the temperature to drop on it. So I mean, each series has its own little kind of quirks of how it wants to be overclocked and played with. 6600s, you don't even need to do that much. Core on there, core voltage, memory, fan, let it mine.
I've heard they've been pretty not very much muss and fuss.
Oh my god. The 6600 XTs is like set it and forget it. I walk away and I'm like, it hasn't turned off since.
That is nice.
I'm like, man, I get more issues with my 3080 rig than I do with all of my 6600 XTs. Those things are consistent between 32.2 mega hash to 33.5.
Not bad.
No rejected shares, no stale shares. It's amazing. So has anybody else got any other comments or questions for us before we start heading up out of here?
Oh, show.
And hey, I got a question for you. What was the inspiration of today's title?
All the Ethereum talk.
The Ethereum what?
But all the Ethereum talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of them possibly putting off the merge until the end of the year.
The end of the year, next year, the end of next year, 2025, never.
We'll start with the end of this year. When the end of this year comes around and it still hasn't happened, then we can say the end of next year.
Right.
Come on, you know how it goes.
Right. I mean, it's been like this for 6. They've been doing that for 6 years now. So I mean, we all know the game. So to get everybody hyping up, oh, Ethereum's gonna change. It's gonna be better, so much better. It's like, nope.
Definitely not gonna be better. It'll be the exact same.
Except the big fuck you to all the miners. That's all.
All the love to the validators and no love to the miners.
Oh yeah.
I mean, which validators are miners. If you want to get like truly technical, it's just that the way they go about validating blocks is a little different. But the hash function is exactly the same. If you actually go look at a proof of stake contract, and whenever it mines a new block, it's the key word there. It calls it says mined block because it's still a mined block.
But you could sit there and code it to say whatever you want, really.
Well, no, it's that way because it's a mined block. That's how the block was.
They could, but what I'm saying is like they could have any kind of header they want. You know,
Yeah.
little pimp logo. You know, instead of hash function, it's smack a hoe. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, so
They can call their hash function pre-mine. You know.
Cooper is thinking about 5 gold shell minis. I don't know if I'd buy the mini doges. If they end up going proof of stake, which kudos to them if they do it. They kind of need to, in my standpoint.
I don't see why they would really need to.
Because their blockchain's slowing down. They got all these people using it, and they don't really have anybody validating transactions. If you think about it, remember, merge mining is just stealing shares. All these pools are just mining Litecoin and stealing shares from Dogecoin. No one's doing work on Dogecoin. There's no.
But it was a
no
joke. It's not supposed to be used.
No, not like work isn't like working on the project, like proof of work. You know what I mean?
Right. But
there's no one actually there hashing and functioning. But
it's a joke. It was never supposed to be utilized. Yeah. If people are having a hard time transacting on Dogecoin, they should turn around and figure out why they're using Dogecoin in the first place. Is it because Elon Musk tweeted about it? Or is that you think that there's some fundamental fucking use case for a joke that has no developers really for it? It's like, yes, the guy who made Doge, he still kind of keeps an eye on it, you know, but it's not like he's fucking doing anything for it. It wasn't supposed to be anything serious in the first place, and if people are seriously using it, they deserve what they're getting. I hate to put it so bluntly like that, but I don't see anything wrong with the way that Dogecoin is. People need to stop utilizing it like it's got real development being done to it.
Yep, it's wild, man. Makes it in LTC. Yep. Well, the mini Doge mines Litecoin. Pulls that it mines to mines Litecoin.
Right. Its main purpose is to mine Doge, is Litecoin.
Yeah, you're submitting low enough difficulty shares to where you can submit them on Dogecoin's chain and steal shares. It's all you're doing. Especially when that's the easiest way for pools to set it up. The joke has paid me 100K plus. I agree. Ain't nothing wrong with that joke. I will get 15 Doge a day soon. I use mine on Poolin, and I just converts all the Doge it mines every day into Litecoin at the end of the day. So when Dogecoin's pumping, I get a significantly more amount of Litecoin. Golden Wolf says, Nim, can we remove memory voltage?
Yes, you don't need memory voltage. You don't need memory voltage at all. I have never used memory voltage on any of my 6600 XTs.
I get enough Doge to cover the cost of the mini Doges, I'm gonna mine LTC to Bitcoin. Nice. My goal is just I would like to reach a full Litecoin with the mini Doge, and then I'm moving it to Bitcoin.
Like, Litecoin's one of the few that I speculatively hold.
Yep. I just want to be able to mine a full Litecoin with the mini Doge. I think it'd be cool. I'm just under halfway there. Theoretically, it would take about 100 days to mine a full Litecoin with a mini Doge. If you convert Doge through pull in and have it convert to Litecoin daily, I get paid out 0.01 to 0.012 daily of Litecoin. So in less than 100 days, I would have a full Litecoin. So probably a little under, 3 months? Probably. Or right at 3 months, I would probably say. To mine a full Litecoin with a mini Doge.
So, anybody else got any other comments or questions before we head up out of here, guys? Don't forget, guys, to smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe if you're new here. Make sure the bell notifications clicked on so when you know anytime that we're producing some fresh content at any given moment. Yo. All right, so I don't see any other comments or questions. So definitely tune in coming next week, because guys, we have the Bitcoin weather forecaster back in his house, producing those awesome videos you guys love to see. He's back home, guys. He's back home. Still won't be able to join us for a Friday. Because between, work and kids' schedule, stuff like that, between them doing their sports and all that good stuff, he's family dad, he's family guy. So,
yep.
We'll cut him a little slack.
My kids are not in sports yet, so you still got me.
Right. We'll cut him just a little slack, guys. So before we head up out of here, I want y'all to drop in FA in the chat. Guys, spam the FA before we bounce up out of here, yo. We need everybody to drop the FAs up in this chat. Besides our home dog here. I saw Jason, the Tiger Osborne, dropping the but nobody else. Oh, we got a Golden doing it. Oh, yeah. We got DogeLord doing it. Yo, now here we go. We got everybody dropping the FA to all of you awesome people out there. DCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome. Yo. Yo. And with that, guys, we'll definitely see all of you guys on the next one. Yo. And stay savage. Yeah.